welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. My name is Yani and I'm so excited that you're here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a little bit of a different kind of video. We're sitting down, we're chitting chatting. I have a little bit of a wine glass here. Well, it's not a wine glass actually. First of all, it's a Starbucks tumbler. Okay, I just got it today and I was like, wait, wine? Cute. I am sitting here on the couch. My feet are in my massager. Okay, my candles going. Like, I have yet to tell my story. I have yet to tell like what is happening, what's going on. So this is the intro. If you want to hear my story and if you're interested in hearing how I moved to Austin, why I moved to Austin, what I've been learning since I moved to Austin, what are my favorite things about Austin, what do I not like about Austin, just keep on watching. But before we get into all the things, don't forget to like this video if you find it interesting or helpful or entertaining in any kind of way, any kind of capacity. If you're just like me, you like my personality, you like my face, okay? Like this video and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified whenever I post, which is usually Saturdays, but you know, your girl has been struggling this last few weeks. Okay, I'm sorry. My name is Yani Dorsey. My full name is Yani Dorsey. I went by Yani pretty much most of my like adolescent life, I guess, all through middle school, all through high school. So it's so funny because I will see someone that I went to high school with and they'll call me Diani and I'm like, oh, like you know me from that time. After I graduated high school and went to Bible college, I went by Yani because Yani is just easier to say. And also growing up in the South, like people say your name wrong all the time and it's quite annoying. And for some reason, D-E is hard to like pronounce as D-E, like D. And where I'm from, say day, like day. I don't understand how when you see Wednesday, Tuesday, that's D-A-Y, but my name is not spelled that way. It was something that was so annoying to me. And plus my family, they don't really call me Diani, they call me Yani. I was in Bible school where I met someone who was from Austin. I came and started visiting Austin because they were from here. And around that time, like it wasn't like I was thinking about ever staying here. Like Texas, Texas was never on my radar. Like I wanted to go to Los Angeles or somewhere that was like so not Alabama. I was like, Atlanta is cool, it's a city, but it's kind of too close to Alabama for me. My dream, I think I always planned on staying in Birmingham, Alabama until I just couldn't afford to move to LA. So I think that was always the dream. Whenever I came to Texas, that was not whenever I was visiting at the time, 2019 through 2020, I was visiting Austin, but like I think I visited Austin twice and I loved it. I love the city. I love the vibe here, but again, was never on my radar. I was never thinking like, yeah, okay, that's where I'm gonna move. So 2020, we all know what happened in 2020. Yeah, I was actually here in Austin. I was stuck in Austin. It was on purpose, but also not. I was in Bible college at the time with the person that was from Austin and their family at the time here. I'm on spring break and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're gonna extend your spring break because like all this stuff is going on, but we don't really know. Fast forward, they're like, okay, we're basically shutting down school and we're just gonna go fully remote. We're still doing classes. Everything was pretty much normal. My mom, I remember her calling me. She was like, hey, like, are you gonna come home? And I was like, I don't want to come home. Everything was shutting down. Austin was not shutting down. Austin was so normal, so fun. And I was having the time of my life. I was like, no, I don't want to come home. Like, no. Eventually that turned into me getting stuck here. They shut down airports and stuff, so I was stuck here anyway. And then eventually things started shutting down and then I had to find a job. I was not at a salary job at that time. Ended up being a shop. I'm like blanking on what that's called, like a shopper. So I did that for a while until eventually traveling opened back up and my mom was like, no girl, you gotta come home. And I was like, okay, fine. Honestly, that's kind of when my COVID journey began. Still, even after all that, even though I was having the time of my life and I was enjoying the time, thinking about moving in the future, Austin just was not in my mind. After 2020, really, I just went about my life. I graduated from that Bible college and just started working full time. I still wanted to move. I applied for this internship after that Bible college ended, actually for a church to work in Atlanta. That all fell through. Looking back on it, I was so devastated by that, but I'm glad that it worked out that way. That's what happened. So I just started working full time. I was still thinking about moving, working, saving, and eventually maybe one day being able to move somewhere. That was like kind of my plan, just being a young adult. So yeah, I just literally worked for 4 years. 4 years before I moved here. That was 2020, so I moved here in 2024. It is currently 2026. Crazy. My transition to move to Austin kind of started around 2023. I was like, okay, you know, I was gonna put it on my mood board, my vision board, whatever, my prayer journal, all the things I was praying to God. I was like, God, okay, what's my next step? Because I just kind of felt stuck. I kind of felt sterile. I was like, okay, well, I'm just working. Like, is that all that I'm doing now? Is that what I'm gonna do with the rest of my life? You know, I was like, okay, just praying through it. Like, okay, whatever's next, I'm excited for whatever's next, whenever that's supposed to come. All of a sudden, I started seeing Austin stuff everywhere. I was never talking about Austin, ever. I was never around Austin. Again, this is like post 2020 when I had not visited Austin since 2020. This was 2023, 3 years later. I'm seeing things about Austin on my timeline, on like my Pinterest. And I'm like, I haven't even searched Austin. Like, why is that coming up? And people around me are talking about Austin. People are bringing up Austin. It just kind of popped up everywhere. There was like signs everywhere, left and right. Like literally one day I was just driving. I see one of the 18-wheelers. It just has Austin written on it. Like, I'm not kidding. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to move to Austin. Okay, so this is strange. Like, what? Like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Whatever. I'll start thinking about it. And then I told my parents about it, and they were super supportive, which is like very strange because my parents they're not helicopter parents by any means, but they are weary of like outside things. The fact that they were supportive of it, I was like, side-eyeing. There were so many opportunities and so many doors that had opened for me that just made sense. Well, if I'm supposed to move to Austin, then I'm gonna move there for an entire month to see if I can live there long term. And I found an Airbnb online. I booked it. I needed $1,000 and I did not have that. I did not have that. God providing a way. I'm not kidding. My small group provided me $1,000 for my trip. Like that was the rest of the money that I needed to go towards the Airbnb. So I was like, okay, well, this is another sign, I guess. Well, if that's the next step, then I'm gonna go to this Airbnb. I'm gonna look for apartments. I'm gonna look for communities. I'm gonna look for things that are going to make this feel like a place that I can live in and stay in. I got on Bumble BFF. I made some friends. I am still friends with them to this day, which is crazy to think. I found a church home. I got on it. I got to it. I found my apartment within the first week, and that was so unexpected. I booked the Airbnb for an entire month. I thought it was gonna at least take me at least a couple weeks. I was like, okay, I guess this is actually happening. Like I found my apartment. Like I signed the lease while I was here for that month, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm moving. And everyone was so sad, but they were so supportive, and that also helped a lot with moving and like feeling that my decision was being supported. Even though I'm an adult and I can make my own decision, it's still nice to have like the people that see you every day and are around you every day and to have their approval and their support means everything. I moved here without a job, found a job eventually, but that's a whole different topic. That's a whole other situation that I don't really want to get into right now because I think I'm going to do something like a future like financial candid video thing. I think I want to do that. But yeah, when I moved here, it was not good, but we'll get into that. So that kind of covers the why I moved to Austin. It really just was, I kept seeing it everywhere. I couldn't get away from it. I could not get away from it. I knew that I wanted to move somewhere that I visited. So it was between, and what I was saving to move to was either Atlanta or LA. That was it. That was all that was in my brain. Like Austin was never on my radar, and it just kind of kept popping up, and I was like, I can't really ignore this. Yeah, like that's pretty much it. That's why I moved here. Perspective and hindsight is 2020. That connection that I once had brought me to Austin. Although that connection is no longer a thing, I'm grateful for it because I have now built a life for myself that I am proud of. I survived the first year being here. It was so tough. You don't know the half of it. Nobody knows the half of it. I have this beautiful life. I have these amazing friendships, these amazing people that I have around me. I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful for that. If that wasn't the case, like I never would have had my people, you know? I will forever be grateful to that connection and to God for that connection anyway. Whatever that is, looking at the facts are amazing. I'm just happy about that. I'm just honestly walking in faith because, to be honest, I think I'm still trying to figure out why I'm here. I have people and I have a job, I have a boyfriend, I have a home. Life is good. You know, could it be better? Are there things that I'm going through? Yes, but like, I'm so blessed, you know? So I don't know. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm just trying to enjoy the journey. And I don't know why I'm here fully just yet, but pieces and bits are coming together, which help. I think I want to try to answer this who, what, where, when, and why. So who, I guess I'm going backwards. Who, I already said that. My past connection got me here. Obviously, God. I am a Christian woman. God definitely has a hand all my life, and I definitely believe that I am walking in his plan for my life, even though I don't fully understand it, which obviously I'm not supposed to fully understand it anyway. He has provided for me more than you will ever know while being here, in more ways than I can count, and more ways than I can even fathom. Whether you believe in God or not, like, you guys, like, I'm not kidding. There's no way that I would have been able to survive the first year of me moving here without my faith. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I gotta say on that. What made me move to Austin? That's a great question. I moved to Austin because it's fun here. It's so fun here. There's always something going on. As I'm filming this right now, it's South by Southwest that's going on. Like, that's just one event that's going on. I'm not going to it, but the point that I'm making is that that's exciting. There's so many. There's a rodeo going on right now. The Austin and the Houston rodeo are going on right now. Austin's traffic is awful, for sure. There's a lot of people that live here. There's a lot of people that travel here. There's a lot of people that travel in and out of here all the time. That's gonna happen. Like, that is just the case when you live somewhere like Austin. People here are so active. It's like one of my favorite things here. Like, people are always running or biking or swimming or walking somewhere. Like, that is my favorite thing. And what made me move here is that people are open-minded here. I love that summer. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Where? Austin, why? And I kind of just went over that. And the last thing is when. And I moved here May of 2024. It was literally the last day of May. That's who, what, where, why, and when. And now I want to get into all the things that I love about Austin and the things that I do not love about Austin. So let's get into that. Thank you guys for coming and listening to me yap about my story and why I moved to Austin. And if you guys have any questions or want me to talk about anything specific in a later video, please let me know. I would love to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out a lot and I do appreciate it. And yeah, so that's going to be it for me today. And I will see you guys. Okay, I'll see you guys very, very soon. I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Bye.
Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. If you need somebody's grace, you fit up somebody's grace. Crazy things are happening.